welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's an amazing day, and I hope you guys are having a good day out there as well. And this is a project I have been working on, but due to how busy I am, it takes me sometimes a week or two just to do, just to complete a project because I work apparently. So to be a full-time content creator is something I am aspiring to be. So with your support, watch our videos and keep liking our videos, keep sharing our videos, just so we can increase our own family on this channel. So if it is your first time, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share our videos. And if there is anything at all you do not understand, please do leave a comment down below, and whenever I'm free I will get back to you. And yeah, so let me give you guys a quick demo on how the whole interface. And this is a personal branding website. It's not a portfolio. Just so you know, it's not a portfolio but a personal branding space. Okay, so yeah, here is a quick demo. Let me refresh a little bit. Aha, you see these cool nice animations coming in. You see, let me do it one more time. You see, as well as our just so you know, this is my logo, this is my company logo, JavaScript, and you can tell how fancy it is, right? So one more time, I refresh it. As you can see, these are all cool looking stuff. And when I scroll a little bit up, you can see an image that grows on scroll. Aha, you see, cool looking, right? Yeah. So here are all the companies you've worked with, or potential startup you've worked with, and how the highlights of all everything about the growth of the company, and how the CEO of such company gave a recommendation about your work. So this is a very cool, and you can see another image from the bottom. You see how it scales up, it grows, you know, it keeps track of your progress, or it keeps track of your scrolling progress, and it uses that to scale up. Well, I'm gonna teach you guys how to do that. See, so good, right? So satisfying. And you see the designs are so very unique, so modern, so company standard. Man, you don't want to miss all the kind of stuff. Not every channel on YouTube give this type of free stuff. These are premium stuff. I mean, if I'm to sell this, I'll be selling it with a high cost of high cost price. But I'm giving them all for free. And you need to support this channel, watch our videos, like our videos, share our videos, subscribe to the channel. And if there's anything you don't understand, please leave a comment down below. And all of these projects are all responsive. I have never seen any of my projects. In fact, people, I don't know, they say, sometimes they say it's not responsive. I don't know where they get that from. As you can see, everything is responsive. So okay, so let me open it up to its full glory. As you can see, these are all the companies you've worked with, and these are what the the CEOs, co-founders, and all of them have spoke about. So for the image which I earlier showed you, these ones, I just want to make it one or two demo with this scroll, with this effect whenever you scroll. So I just want to make that example with just two images. So once we are done with this project, you can actually take the same logic and apply it to the rest of these images, these ones. But just running out of image, so I prefer to use the thumbnail I used for my last portfolio tutorial. So you can actually use those as well. And as you can see, these are unique. When you go to a site like this and you find out a company which that you know, and they found out are giving good recommendation about you, man, that's something big and huge. So that is that for that, and for the front page, and voila, let me show you. Look at this. I mean, these are people I've worked with. You can see, you can add so many people you've worked with down here, and they will all appear here. And then how can I help you? You can see it's so unique, right? These are all unique branded stuff. You don't get this for free from anywhere. They wouldn't even show you how to do them. But here we are giving you guys for free. And you can see all this cool looking stuff. You see all this cool looking, it looks fancy. And here, whoa, your footer. Damn, has anyone done this before? So amazing, right? So premium, so slick and so clean. You just don't want to miss this one, because I'm going to teach you guys how to do that to the very end. So here is for the first page. So for the second one, let me show you guys the animation, that cool looking animation again. Oh gosh. And then here is a playground. As you can see, more work, concepts, more creation, MVPs and orders. Here you can add all your images, of all the works you've done. And this will showcase how good you've been, okay? So make sure whenever once you're done with the project, make sure you add all your previous works here, and probably link, and that will be cool. And let me show you guys the about. Whoa, about me. Oh, you can see all of these cool looking links, all this cool looking interface, all for free. Okay. So here we have the about, and now when I click on the let's talk, voila, look at this, so slick. And actually, guys, I really wanted making this. I shouldn't say wanted, because it's something I would love to hear from you guys. If you want me to make it so that whenever people come here, maybe pick one of these options. Actually, the code is actually working. The form is actually working. This one is actually working, but I haven't implemented the functionality whereby the admin logs in whenever they submit this form, and they send this this stuff. When they send it, once ever the admin login, he gets to see those messages right in his own dashboard. So these are really functionality. I would love to end, but I would love to hear from you guys. If truly it's something you want and you really need it, depending on the improvements of this video, then I will do that. I will add that for those functionality, those dashboards, everything. I will add them. But if I do not get them, then we'll move on to the next project. So here are the some common questions I get, and now here we click on it. You see this smooth animation. Oh, look at that. You see all this for free. These are premium stuff, guys. You won't get this kind of templates. Everyone sells their code, everyone sells their all such kind of templates. They won't give you this for free, because here in this channel I've gone a long way just to make sure I'll give you guys for free. I'll give you guys this, I'll make this tutorial open and for free. So if it's your first time, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And here is the change log. When we click on it, voila, you see this beautiful stuff. This change log you see every time on the website. Yeah, so this is what you're going to build with me. And let me go back to the home page. When I click on it, voila, look at this. Well, it's so satisfying. the image comes in, everything comes in, professional, right? So you can see it's all working perfectly well, and it's all responsive. So whatever we're saying this thing is not responsive, I don't know what device you're using. Please always let me know if it's not responsive from your end. As you can see, it's it's pretty responsive, so much responsive. Okay, as you can see, it's so responsive, as you can see. Alright, so please make sure I don't know whatever device you might be using, if it's not working more responsibly, please make sure you check all the code and make sure you follow along so you don't it gets confused. So without further ado, we jump right straight into the creation process. Thank you so much for for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next chapter.
In this chapter, we're going to learn how to install a Next.js project on a new how to do the whole installation process actually. So what we need to do is get your terminal running. If you haven't, then open one, then create a folder. This one I created, as you can see, there's nothing in here. This folder is empty, so all you need to do is create a new folder. So once you do, it will show up here. So drag that folder into your IDE, and as you can see, it will open here. So this is where we want to install our Next.js project. So the next thing you need to do is go to the Next.js website, get the command on how to make this run, and then paste it in here. Then all you need to do is add a dot. You need to add a dot, so to let it know it's under this project, this folder where you want your files to be installed. Then you hit enter. Okay, so we'll wait for it to install. And for the assets folders, asset files which I use, I will be leaving the link to the assets files so you can follow along. And now it's asking if I want to use TypeScript. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, 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 no. So we'll wait for it to install. As you can see, it will have to install this packages and the files. So just like when you do the vit stuff, it asks you to npm run install, so you need to run that command as well. And also we'll wait for it to install as well. So let me see. Okay, here's our project, and we'll be working out so many things. For the first part of it, we are going to work on on this header first, or probably we'll work on this header first. I wanted adding the lights and dark theme to make it look more more unique, and in the dark version and the light version. That's something I intended doing, but I just want it to be all in dark. And probably in the next video, or maybe another tutorial, probably depending if you guys still want that the feature where I talked about the admin. So probably that's the feature where I will add the the light and dark switch thing, so that maybe only the admin can be able to do that from its own end. So yeah, so we first work on the header part of it, then gradually we proceed into creating this other side of it. So so for my code, I have the already written code right here. So I'm going to pull that down a little bit and go to the header. Okay, so here is the header, and here actually we are starting with a new component actually, which we'll be creating, just to let you know. So we'll be starting with a new component called components. This is where we're going to add our components. Okay, so we're going to go to this roots outside of the whole folder thing. So we're going to create it inside this brand folder. So once we click on here, you can see you're going to see components like so, and in here we're going to have one which is the header. So we're going to create a header .tsx, so header like this, and in here we have like some few imports. Let me just put them in here. So we have the image from next image, we have the link from next link, we have the React from React. So let's close that up. Let me close that up, as you can see. And next we need to do is write our links. These links here, we need to wrap them. So const links, this, and then here we give it a first name, we give it a project icon, we give it for the icon I will be leaving a link to, I'll be leaving a link to my GitHub for the asset files and the font files as well. So just for the assets and the fonts, I'll be leaving a link to those as well. So it won't be something I don't, it's not the full code. Please note that it's not the full code, just the asset file. Okay, so here we have the icon, here we have the href, so where it will be pointed to, and here we'll be making it reference to the home page. Okay, so let me, and next one we're going to have another one, and this one is going to be the playground, and so the icon is going to be bag.svg. All these icons I'll need to copy them and bring them all here as well. So still waiting for this to install, but let's keep on going. Once it does, we'll come back. It will stop complaining. Okay, it's finished installing, as you can see. As you can see, it's success. And so here we will let's keep on going. So href here will be playground, like so, and let's just duplicate this and make here about, and here the icon will be tag.svg, and the last one is going to have a name but won't be having an icon. So let me remove this one and make here let's talk, and here we said contact. Actually here I haven't been indicating. So here will be about. Okay, so right here we have all our links, and just to cross check, we have bag, we have tag, we have contact. Okay, and by the way guys, it's not easy to be making videos, it's not an easy stuff. Please do help us by liking and encouraging us to keep making content. It's not easy making videos, uploading them, spending hours of your time doing just to edit all of this stuff and record while you do all of this. It's not easy. Please help us to encourage us by subscribing and watching our content so that we'll keep the fire burning. So here we just want to do the RFCE. For here we can't be using we won't be needing this one because we already imported it right here. Okay, so here we have the header, we have a div, and right here since we have one image, but I don't know what this image is all about. So let me see what that image is all about. Okay, there's a light ray image I once had, which is a very cool subtle image. Let me see if I could remove the opacity. Probably if it's something that you want, well, that's going to be fine. I'll be leaving the as you can see, that's the light image, but I think I removed it for a reason, so I'll just comment that one back and refresh. Okay, so what we need to do first is we first need to make this div fixed. Give it a class name fixed, give it a z of 10, give it a width of full, give it a left of 0, give it a right of 0, and give it a top of 0, and the background to be blur MD, this one. So it's just for this header stuff, this one, so it's always stick at the top. So we give it MD, and then underneath here we have another div here, which we give it a class of flex, justify between item center, max width to be extra large, mx to be auto, mx to be auto, p to be 1, bg, wait a minute, okay, bg of gradient to bottom like so, and then we give it a from how we want it to start from transparent on to neutral 950, and also want to give it a border bottom, and a rounded bottom. I don't think I should, I don't want to give it that what's it called, I don't want to give it this I don't want to give it this anymore. It looks way better without, because once you scroll down to you see this gradient stuff, that's exactly what I was doing before if I include it, but I don't want to include it anymore. So I'll give it a rounded and give it a border of neutral 800, then 50. Okay, and underneath there we have underneath there um, so underneath here we have a link, which is an href. So let's come here, so link, and remember we already have this link here from next link, and then we give it a href to be, home. If once they click on it, it should go back home. And then here image, and you close it, and then give it a class name of width to be 10, bg to be neutral 900 like so, and then we give it rounded full. Let me just copy the source. Okay, and you paste them all in there. So for we to be able to see what we are doing, I think I should npm run dev, and here we close the link as well. So the next phase here is to make a URL list, and in here we have another link, but actually before that, so here it's asking us to run it on this localhost 3001. So while that loads, so let's keep on with the actual one. So here it's here we need to give it a style, give it a class, give it flex, item center, gap x of 5, and underneath here we map through those links, these ones. So what did we name there? Is it link or links? Okay, links. So we say links dot map. So we map through each link here. Give it idx, and here we need to make it the link from next link, and then we give it an href. Okay, so we give it an href of link dot href, because here we have the href what do you call it? Is it values and keys and value, so here we give it the href, and then here we give it a class name, we give it font. So we're going to install the fonts right now. Let me just finish this. So give it the flex, then item center, gap x to be of 1. So let's go real quick and do the font thing. So you can see we still have this going on. So for we to see what we're doing, we need to go back to the app here, go to the layout here, and then here we need to so we need to go to the layout here. We need to go to the app here, layout, and here we need to do the wrap it around the div. We need to wrap it around the div. Okay, so the div needs to be here, and in here we need to grab this and make sure we call our header from the one we just created from component slash header, like so. And then this what they call, we need to give it a class, give it a class and give it a padding of 3, give it a max width of 600, custom value which is 600 pixel, and give it a mx, just so we see it on the, we see our stuff, just so we see them. Where is it? Let me just clean up this. So here we clean everything up. So as you can see, our project is so this is the image I was trying to but so let's keep on. This is something I will do very soon. So we give it go back to the layout here, mx to be auto, give it a flex and flex core, and justify to be between, like so, and save that. Why is it showing this error? Okay, it's a unique key. It's asking for a unique key. I thought I did that. So here we have the key should be idx. So he stops yelling at us. And what's it again? Why is it still complaining? Okay, I stopped complaining. So that is that for so down here underneath the layout right here, this we're going to have the footer underneath here. So let me just say footer, but not now. We're going to create that a little bit later, or probably we might create it sooner than expected, but for now I'm just doing it at my own pace right now. So here is the folder. Here we have a lot and tons of asset files. So all I need to do is come to this one and then delete it. As you can see, it's right here. It's not under the asset, is on its own right here. So all I need to do is delete it. It's gone. So all I need to do this one, I will copy it and then I paste it here, and then the fonts as well. As you can see, I have some fonts right here, but these fonts are inside they're inside the app. So all I need to do is copy this font, come to this the app, and then you paste the font here. And then for how to set up the form, you already know. I already did that in my last tutorial, but nevertheless I'm still going to walk you guys through how I did it. All you need to go is go to your global.css files, and then here you use the at font face, the font family. So here I'm giving it a name based on how I gave it right here. As you can see, it matches the same name that is here, and then I make a reference to this file. So I'm going inside the app folder, this one. I'm going to the fonts folder, this one, and I'm attaching, I'm calling a specific font, which is either one of these or one of these or one of these. So here I'm calling the San Francisco pro-rounded bold, which is this one. So that's how you do you call make reference to the font. So I'm just going to copy all of this. I'm going to leave a file of how I've already done this on my GitHub, so that you don't need to go through that step. But if you want to, you can follow along, which is good. So I'm going to go to the global, the CSS here, and paste those right here. As you can see, there's nothing too complicated here. So save your file and then close it. And then what you need to do is go to your Tailwindcss as well. So here we need to do the same thing here. Make CSS know that we are using some custom fonts. So all you need to do is grab all these fonts, copy them, and then come here into your Tailwindcss and CSS and paste those, and make sure this name rhymes. Okay, make sure it rhymes with this one, and make sure it rhymes with the one inside your global.css as well. So make sure they all rhyme. Okay, so everything that is right here, the only difference is you don't need to put the .otf. You don't do that. So all you need to do is make sure the names they rhyme together. Okay, so you need to save them and close the file, and then close this one as well, and then close this one as well. Anyway, that's just from our end. You don't need to do that. And the next thing you need to do next is go back to your so let's check it out. It should have something. Aha, so now you see there's an image right here, because I added the files already. So here we go back to the header, and we continue from where we stop. So we're giving it a font of San Francisco pro-rounded regular, this one. So once I come here and I click on fonts, I type in fonts, and I click the space, control space bar, you're going to see it's going to give me these suggestions of this font as well. So right now you're not going to see them because we are still yet to map through all the links. So and now we're going to say the link here, and then we'll say link. If the link dot icon, if it has a link dot icon, so what we need to do, we need to reference those ones with the icons only. Okay, so which is this image here, right here. These are all SVGs anyways that I made. These are not what's it called, these are all SVGs that I made actually from my VS Code. If you check it out, I made a lot of stuff from my Figma, actually not VS from Figma. So here we need to call the image here. So here we need to do so, like so, and there is a link dot icon. Okay, like so. So it's going to so let me use it's going to give me those images if it has. So let me just use this spam and then give it a link dot name right here, dot name, like so. So you see the names right here. So let's give it so style, because right now this last one I don't want it to have the same color as this one. So I'm just going to do a little bit of logic here. Give it a class name, text neutral 600, and if the index is equal to the last one, if equal to the last one of the links dot length negative -1, which is the last item in the array. If it's that is true, then what we need to do is like then if that is true, then we make the text to be read of 600. So that should change the text here to 600. So nice looking, right? So that is it for the header part of this tutorial, and as you can see, it's not that hard. We are just getting started actually. So we proceed next to the so if I like this image, I didn't want it actually. I only did that here because I wanted to see how it will look like, because something actually I wanted doing, but I made something else, and I kind of love the last one I did. But if I should leave this image, you see, it's going to be something, this is something you see in some websites actually. See, that's effect, this one, you see. But well, it will be a choice. If you want it, then you can include them, but for me, I just don't want it, so I remove it. So the next thing we are going to disclose is file. Let me see. It looks kind of pretty close. Let's compare that to the original. Okay. And by the way, guys, this is something I'm working on. I don't know if it's something that interests you. It has this iOS and doc. You see, it's bounced, and this actually the date is actually working. It's a good date, but I haven't implemented the play button. When it's playing, I'll go to next. All of that cool stuff. But as you can see, it's something good. See, as you can see, the dates are actually working. Not like it's fake date. No, it's working. So if it's something that, as you see, we are in January actually, the 2nd of January and the 3rd of January. So this is something that I've been thinking of working on. So if something that interests you, and by the way, this is my personal branded site I'm actually creating, where I'll be selling templates. Does that mean I won't be giving out my template? No, I'll be giving out some of my templates, but for the premium templates such as this one, I'll be working on. That one actually I won't be giving. Like this one is a premium template, and I'm giving it out for free. So I'll be selling some kind of template that's worth selling, and giving you guys still some of the best one I have. Okay, that doesn't mean I won't be giving you guys free templates, but I'll be selling some of the premium ones at least, so that I can get some extra bucks. So without further ado, let's keep on going. As you can see, this is the original one. So the next thing we need to do is continue to the home page. So right here, we'll close this one off, and we go to the I don't know, probably these are all way simpler ones for me to do, so that from time we'll go back to the much harder one. So let's go to the about page, because this the older one is a wee bit larger. So let's go for the about page. About, create a folder, name it about, and in there make it page.css like so, and then rfce, another one rfce, this one, By the way, this extension is a React snippet extension, so you might want to check that out if it's something that interests you. So here on the about page, let me just go back to there. So let's click on the about. It's going to take us to the about, so let me just quickly type about here and save it. Let me refresh. So here it's going to take me to the about page, as you can see right here. So we click on the about there, and we're going to give it a pretty margin top of 28. Okay, I don't know why, but pretty soon we're going to know why I gave it this margin top. That's huge. So here we have an image here, which is an image, and then we need to import image from next image. Make sure you import it from next image, and then you save it. Then the next thing, we need a h1, and the h1 should have I don't know, this I will deploy this maybe after I have uploaded this video, because I'm not sure I'm going to do that. So I'm going to have it deployed, so I can leave a link to the live URL. So we're going to have it text for extra live. Alright, sorry for that dog barking. I don't know why it's barking, but I hope you guys can hear me. So give it a font bold, and we'll give it a text of transparent. Okay, and I'll give it a pg clip text, just so we have this gradient text, clip text, and pg gradient reader. Okay, pg gradient reader. So we have it more like circular from neutral 500. I don't know why I gave it this. I don't know, but I'm going to check it out. I think I shouldn't be giving it this neutral stuff, because we already have a grader stuff going on already. So neutral 600, this one, and margin top of 16, fonts to be San Francisco Pro Light. This one, where is it? San Francisco Pro Light, Ultra Light. Okay, this one, and give it a max width of algae, like so. And let's see, let's refresh. Why is it not working? Font bold, text transparent, bg clip text, bg gradient. I don't know, probably I'm having a hard time spelling this. I don't know, but let me try if it is that the problem. I don't think that's a problem actually. Oh, let me see. Copy this, and so I do not think the error is coming. Oh, it's actually there. You see, it's actually there, guys. So the next thing I need to do is go back. I know there's a settings I did. There's some sort of let me go back to my global, this one, global.css. I know there's okay, not global. Let me close this one. The tailwindcss. I know there's a place I did that thing. This one. I need to copy this one. So the gradient, radial gradient, I need to copy that, and let me go back to the about page. So the here we need to paste those as well. Let me refresh. So as you can see, we have the text here, and let me see. I don't know if I should remove these ones. Will it work? Let's see. Okay, no, it didn't work, so I need to include them. So I don't want to have this, this kind of the gradient whereby it only goes one side. It's kind of a radial something, and probably if you want to, you can decrease this to maybe 100, and let's say, as you can see, there's this gradient here. Probably you can make here 100 or 200, as you can see, or maybe here 200. As you can see, it has this effect on the text, so I'm just going to leave everything from how it was, because I just want it a little bit like that. So we are going to continue, and here we have another div here, and here we're going to give it a class name of rounded large. We're going to give it a custom background, which is bg #483f3b. okay, and I'll give it the flex, justify, center, height to be fixed, space white to be 5, and margin top to be 14, like so. So underneath there we have an image, which is an image of a lady, so you get to see the image right now. As you can see, this image, you can add your image there if you want to, that's no problem, but that's what I'm using for this one. So here we give it a div, I give it a class name, I give it the font of San Francisco medium, this one, and here we have a little bit of some text of intros, so I'm just going to grab these ones and put them all in here, the intros here. And also we have underneath here we have another one, so I'm going to just grab these as well and then put them here. Okay, so then we have another div. Here we give it a class name, we give it a flex, we give it a gap of 3, we give it a flex wrap, because we don't want them to go outside, we want them to be mixed, like want them to be wrapped together, So that's why I'm giving it a flex of wrap here, and then give it a font of San Francisco medium, this one. And here we have a button with the same style, so we don't need to type this. All I did was give it a background of neutral 800, shrink it to be 0 on a smaller screen, so we don't want it to shrink, so we can make it to be 0 and give it a rounded full and the padding to be 1.5 and give it a flex and item or center, because we're going to be having a text and also an icon inside, so we'll give it item center and gap of x2, stuff like that. So then this one is complaining because we need to install the icon from Lucid React. So Lucid icon, I don't know which one, but let me check. This one. So we need to install the icon. Go to installation. Do not do this. This is for the web. This is for React, and we are using npm. So we just need to copy this one. Go back to our terminal. This one is already running, so you need to click this icon for a new one to open. So you paste those ones in there and you hit enter. So we wait for it, but we don't want to wait. Actually, we keep on doing what we are doing. So it's complaining about this icon, so what we need to do is just comment this one out. Okay, since we have it all installed actually, so here we have the button, the one here. So the next I'm going to do is actually this image I got it from Splash. I can't really let me see if I can search the web for image. So I got it from Splash. To be honest, I wish I could why is it not can't find text visual search here. Why is this not probably I don't know if I should go to my, because I want to give credit to this to the owner of this image, the Google Lens. Okay, as you can see, I got the so Google has actually got it. So this is the image I use, and I removed this background from there. So this is the actual owner who uploaded the image. So thank you, Janice, for your great work. It's been good, and I hope to be using some of your images in time to come. So thank you so much. So here is where I got that image from, if you might be wondering how or where. So okay, so here's the image actually. So let me close that and go back to the about page. So here we have the about page, and you are giving me a wrong thing. Okay, so once our stuff is done, we close it and we can import the Twitter icon from Lucid React like so. So let's close back this one. As you can see, this Twitter icon is there right now. Okay, so also we have the same styling but different words written there. We have a button, we have the same style. Actually, if I show over this, you can see it's the same styling we have up to this point. BG neutral 800, we shrink it to 0, rounded full, and and also here we need to import the dribble icon. So pretty much that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of those buttons. Okay, we have another one here coming, and I did use an image for that one, which I already have right here. So we're going to do that for all of these ones actually. As you can see, is this pretty much the same style I'm doing. All the different things is the image, the icons that I need to import. Those are just something different here, but everything is the same thing, and paste those in there. And then the last one, which is for the Figma, you paste those in there as well, and then you press space bar, and also control space bar, and then you are done. And then if we should look at it, you see our stuffs here are complete. So my bad, I think here I'm using a div, or rather I should have use a more specific approach here, which should be a button, which I saw my original code. It's called div, but you can do this button, or probably use the link of the Next.js link of a thing. So once they click on it, it will redirect the user to your actual homepage, or to your actual social handles where what am I doing? To your actual your social handle, whereby they can reach out to you. So if I'm new, that's what I would do, but for now, for this quick demo purposes, I'm just doing them using button. So it has this feels like you are you want to click on something. So that is it for the this is the home page, this is the about us page. So the next one we're going to do is the playground. So I just want to get the simple ones out of the way first, then when we are done, we can go to the home page, because that's where a lot of the whole stuff is, the hero. So let's go to the playground. So here is for the about, here is the playground. So we're going to create a folder. Here we create we did for the about, so here we create for the playground folder. Then in here we say page.csx like so, and then here we do rfce. Here we name it playground. It doesn't matter, whatever you name it, doesn't matter. Just make sure it has something in, just make sure the name is unique. So here there's nothing much going on, we just have images here, and I'm importing React twice, so I have to remove one. So here we have a div and a h1, a div and h1. So let's type those out. Give it a class name, a text of 3 extra large, a font of bold, text transparent. Let's hide this one. Text transparent bg clip text and bg gradient, just like we did from the from the about page. Make it radial, from neutral 200 via neutral 500 to here to neutral 600. From the font size, fonts should be from SF light, this one, and then give it a max, because we don't want it to extend too much. The width shouldn't be much, so the max width I'm going to give it to be LG, which is about 512 pixel, and also we'll get a margin top of 12, like so. Okay, so I've been doing this on I've been doing this on the wrong thing, but that nevertheless we're going to copy it and wrap it, do it on the H1, and then here we just paste everything, because I was doing inside the div. So what we need to do is say more work concept small creation MVP and order, I guess, like so. So let's refresh it. As you can see, we have that in here. So the next in here is also a couple of images where I repeatedly use the same styling for the image, like so. You see it's the same styling, so I'm just going to type one, then the rest we're just going to duplicate them all over. So here we have a class name, we have a pattern of 6, and give it a rounded to be LG, BG to be neutral 200, and also you want to hover on the background of that stuff. We want to BG neutral to be I think it's somewhat okay. I don't really think I want to add that, but if you like you can do that. Neutral 200, here 200, then the duration to be like 300, and then give it a flex call, justify between, height to be fit, space y to be 5, and the margin top to be 14. And then the next thing we need to do is just grab an image here and work that in there. So pretty much everything is going to be the same thing, okay? And if you have more images of your works, you can use them actually. But since I'm only having just this one, you can indeed keep on probably I have some other in my here. I think I have some, so probably I'm just going to duplicate this and make here maybe 3 or 2, or maybe 3, and duplicate this again and make here a 4, like so, as you can see. By the way, guys, these are actual projects I have done, and this one is something that is still on my project list, which I have already done, but I haven't made a tutorial on it. So if you need it, if you need something like this, let me know so I can, provide a way of creating this email waiting list if you want. Okay. So here we are done with the, playground. As you can see, this is the playground, and actually this one is the footer. So I'm not yet going to the footer yet, but we will get there soon. So we've done the about, and we've done the playground. So the next one we should focus on probably is the footer, which should be an exciting one because it comes with a lot of unique styling, and everything looks good. So so let's go to the footer. So the next thing we are going to do is come here, this one, and then we create the footer.css. If that is what I named it, that's be good. So we are going to the footer, this one, and we are going to the footer component, this one here. So let's close this off, and here let's RFCE this one, and then here we name it the footer, and let's just grab all these ones. Remember to make sure you import image from image, a link from link, and all of that cool stuff, right? So here in the footer we're going to make the top parenthetive to be relative, so that we are going to be using the class of absolute a lot. So once you use the absolute, it's going to put them all inside. So here we are making a logo, and for we to make sure this is working, let's go back to the home page. As you can see, nothing is happening right now, so that's because we actually need to call this footer in our layout here. So let's go back to the layout. Let's see how we called it. So we called it outside this div, which I told you guys we're going to like so, but for now let's call it footer, like so. And as you can see, we should have something. So here we have something, the footer. So here, I don't know, max auto flex call justify between, and so we have auto flex call justify between. Okay, that's good. So what we need to do is go back to the footer, and we keep on doing what we do. So give it a margin top of 16, BG to be black, and P to be 5, and rounded to be 2 extra large. And then also here we have another image, and then underneath here we have a class of don't worry, it will all make sense, but for now it looks ugly, and that's okay. So we give it a relative, and then give it a div, give it a class name of md, we give it text to be of center, and then the h1 right here, we're just going to copy this text one and put down here, just give it on the medium device text to be 5 extra large and text to be 3 extra large. On a normal device it will be 3 size larger, and I will give it the font of this one and the margin top of 6. That's just it. And we're giving it a pattern. Our pattern here we're giving it font of San Francisco rounded medium, and on the medium device it's given text of extra large and text large, and also given the color of text neutral 500 and a margin top bottom of 1 pixel. And the next thing as well is another set of pattern. If you like to, you can include that as well. And also we give it the font of San Francisco, and we give it a type of font of medium, and on the medium devices we're given a text of extra large and text extra large on the normal device, and also text neutral of 500 if you want to as well. So apart from that, we're going to be giving it a div right here, and also in div we're going to give it a class name, a little bit of flex, and I give it a medium devices item to be of center, and give it a space of y to be of 2. And also we have the margin on medium devices, we want to give it a space of y, to be of 2 as well. And also we give it a gap of x to be 3, and on medium devices give it a justify center as well. Let's wrap this to be closed. And also if you want to know how I wrap this, I just press the control and the alt Z or whatever it's called on your keyboard, alt Z, and it will wrap the text. You see I can toggle it full and wrap them, so alt Z we make it wrapped. Okay, so I'm giving it justify give it a justify to be center, on a medium to be of flex row, and a flex core. Okay, margin top of 5. Okay, so here we have a button, this one, so let's give it a button, and here we say open for work, and then here we say let's talk. Mind you, you can use the apples. I don't know that thing is I forgot how they use it. I probably say apples like so, and it will replace this whenever you want to deploy this kind of thing happens, that it gives you a headache. Okay, so the apples is working. So here is the open for work thing, and also there's another button which has the same kind of pretty much the same kind of styling of a thing, but a little bit different. So here we give it a class name, bg neutral 900, and then border, and give it a border to be neutral 800, and also we give it a pattern of 2 rounded of pattern of 2. Okay, we still have px of 5. Okay, so rounded of full, and text should be sm. Okay, so you're going to see that background, but okay, so here because on a smaller device it does that, but on a bigger one you can see why is it being cut at the edge here. Never seen this kind of thing before. bg neutral border so I'm giving it a border of right, which is not border of right. That should be border. That should be like a full border, not border of right. As you can see, pretty slick. So here the other one, we're just going to give it somewhat the same thing, but button, and then here we just say copy email. I know the spelling of copy is this, but just to be unique. So here we give it a class name bg to be white, and give it a text of black, border neutral 900, and p of 2, px of 5, and rounded to be full, and text should be sm, like so. So let's see how that looks like. Okay, this is one is a way, so we need to know why that is happening. What is this? Let's see, still like that. Let's see why that's. I'll give it a space y on medium devices, space y to be 0, not 2. So here it should be 0. So let's go back. As you can see, it's all making sense. Okay, so let's continue. So the next thing we are going to do is let's give it a class name, the margin top to be 9. Give it a div, give it a class name, text sm, and give it a text to be neutral 400, this one, and give it md to be flex, md to be justify between, and yeah, that's that for that. And we're going to give it another div here, and this div, all of it in is built like onions, so here we give it a text to be lg, you want to, and also md to be text sm, like so, and then we copy these two, and then we paste those in here, and then here we have a link that has the change log of a thing. We paste that, so once they click on it, it will go / change logs. So we just give it an underline. On the medium devices, text should be extra large. On a normal device, it should be text large. So I'm just going to have give this a little bit. So here is a div, and give it a class name md to be flex, text to be large, md text sm, md justify between, and gap of x should be of 4, and also margin top to be of 6, and then md top margin top to be 0, like so. And also in here we have a div that says the paragraph, so these are all simple paragraph stuff. So I will just copy these ones, these three, and you can put that in on other lists and if you want to. And then also here div, then we have these ones as well in there. So there you go, we have our footer, and as you can see, this is our footer. So I'm going to be creating the hero section. For now it looks this way because I haven't added anything right here. Remember, I made it to be justified between, so that's why it's acting all that way. So the next thing, I think next thing first, and we should do the change logs, because that is something that because once we click on this change logs, as you can see, it will try to go to this page, but it doesn't exist yet. So the next thing we are going to do is create the change logs page, and so let's come here and create a folder, name it change log, and in here we create underneath here we create a file, page.tsx. okay, so here we say rfce, we click here, and then we say change logs, so that we have a change log. And in here, before, let me close this slide. As you can see, we have an array of stuff, of data, so we should copy all of this, because typing all of that, you can have that in a different file and probably export them. As you can see, I'm only having a date of date, and the items should be arrays of item, and also here we're having a date. So I'm going to leave a link to this change log, this one, whereby you can have it on your own if you pretty want to use the same one, but that should be okay if you don't want to. They all work the same way. So here we are going to give it a class name here, and give it a text of neutral, 200, like so, and probably let me say, okay, so I'm getting a whole lot of noise out there, so I just need to leave that place. Okay, so you give it a margin top of 20, this one, and also we have the main here. We give it a class name of max width to be 3 extra large, and also mx to be auto. Anytime I'm using the mx auto, that's because I want to center something to the center of the page. Okay, so here we're giving it auto, max auto, okay, not max like that, mx auto. Okay, so I'll give it a padding left and right to be of 4. I'm giving the padding top and bottom to be 12, and then here is the h1 that says change log. Okay, So here are the change entries. If you like, I made those comments so that I can remember what I'm doing there. So here the change entries dot map all the entries, or the entry. Then here we have the index. So so we're going to have an li for this one, and make sure you have your key, else it's gonna keep yelling at you that hey, you need a key, and I already have the key, so I don't want it to be yelling at me. And here we have a p tag, which pretty much going to have the for the date, and also for the so let's give it a class name, give it a text of small, I get a font of semi bold, this one. And I can't really sometimes tell why it's you probably, I hardly use a semi bold of a thing, I don't know why, but I just love using my constant fonts sometimes to to get things done. So give it text neutral 200, and also we're going to give it a font, so this time to be of that of heavy around sans fricot, this one to be rounded bold, and also let me and I give it a match bottom of probably 2, like that. So in here inside the p tag here, we're going to say the entry, not that, the entry dot and the date, okay, entry dot the date, and here we say the ul here, give it a class name or space, let's give it a space yf2, and let's give the list of disk. I know most of you stopped using this disk of a thing, so let's be inside, and text should be neutral 600, this one. And here we are just going to so we render the entry dot item, because it's an array items, and dot map on each and every one of those entries. I give them item and also an index. Okay, so I'm just going to reference this and give it an li here, and then in here we are going to it should be a self-closing one, so here key to be of the index, and dangerously setting up there are so many ways to sanitize your data, but I won't recommend you doing this, but this for just for a joking purpose, probably how do I say it. So here you say the item, yeah. So that is it for the change logs. So let me go click on the change logs. Aha, as you can see, perfect, so good looking, right? So perfect. So here are the change logs. Oh gosh, this looks good, eh? So on the next chapter we are going to be doing the hero section, whereby we all have all of this kind of this beautiful loads of stuff, amazing stuff that you see right from the intro, all of this stuff. So here is what we're going to be focusing on the next chapter, and I hope you really enjoyed the video. And if it is your first time, welcome,
and please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel, keep watching, and I will see you on the next chapter. Thank you.
So we are going to be creating the hero homepage, which is the kind of the hero section. So what we need to do is go back to the project, and let's go to the homepage here, and let's open this one up. Let me close all this. So we're going to go to the page, this one, and right here, you remember ID is high, so that's why it's here. So we're going to mark this as so we're going to mark it a use client, and it's not an important thing for you to be doing use client on the home page. So here you just use the client, and then here we need to copy this motion from frame of motion like this. So you import. It's never okay. So just ignore that. And here, right underneath this div, we're going to start with this. First of all, let's start with this image, the H1. So here, H1, and let's copy all of this stuff here and paste this in here, and let's refresh. As you can see, it's here, and so just close this one off, and let's give it a class name, margin top to be 4, font SF light, this one, give it a max width to be medium, and let's give it a text of 17 pixel, and let's give it a text to be justify, and let's give it a text of neutral 400. Okay, so we want to add some animation. Here we give it a motion dot, and right here we give it the initial state. But why is it not auto completing? Wait, let me see. Have I import? Okay, we need to install frame of motion. As you can see, we're not having it. That's why it's been complaining. npm install frame of motion, like so. So we need to install frame of motion so that you know, it can work with this stuff. So here, after that, we only have the hero section, whereby okay, so now it's done, so it should stop yelling. So the initial state there should be filter, yeah, should be filter, and we want to give it a blur 12 pixel, and 12 pixel, and the opacity should be 0, and from the top should be 24. This is for the initial. Then the animate, then filter, let's give it a blur to be back to 0 pixel, and I give it opacity to be 1, and also a y or 0. As you can see the animation, and then let's give it some transition. Let's give it a type of spring. Let's give it a bounce of 0, because if I give it a bounce of maybe 3, you're going to see if I refresh it, as you can see, a bounce, or maybe I give it 1, as you can see it bounced. So we're going to give it 0. Bounce of 0, and also give it a duration of 1.8 and a delay of 1. So there you go. As you can see, and underneath here we're going to have we're going to call this headline, as you can see. So up here we're going to call this headline. So here we say function headline is going to accept a property of what's it called, of type of text. Okay, and then here we give it a text of type of string. Also here we return a paragraph, and then let's give it a class name of margin top to be of 32. So we use a margin top of 32, and then here the character of the text, which is the text dot map auto split. So we want to split each character. Dot map character and the idx. Okay. And then here we have span. Motion dot span. Okay. So here we give one here the key. To be a idx. Then give it some class name of inline block, and as well as you give it an animation initial opacity to be 0, then the filter let's blur it 16 pixel, and then from the y direction I want to give it 8 plus 1, then times the idx plus 2. Let me promote this, and then here for the animation let's give it opacity to 1, and then 1 we add the filter property, and then we blur it back to 0 pixel, and the y as well back to 0. And so the transition, just going to grab those so here you just say idx, here is the idx, then after that in here you have your span, and here we have individual character which we pass here, and then you make it hash 160 like so. And as you can see, it's having all this stuff, so let's give it a style. For extra large, font bold, text transparent, bg clip text, bg gradient, Vercel, then from neutral 500, via neutral 600, then the font SF light, max width to be LG. Okay, and there we have something, and let me refresh. So there you have it. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to have this hero. I'm going to have hero as the last thing on this. So let's create a component, say hero, and let's close it. So let's go back here, go to our components here, and create hero. .csx rfce say hero, and here we need to import the hero, this one, and make sure you import hero from hero like this. Okay, so here we go to our hero section. So in the next chapter we'll be creating our hero section, and I'll see you in the next chapter.
So here in the hero section, in the hero component, what we need to do is actually, there's a couple of things I would like us to do, but for sake of simplicity, I'm going to, first do the classes, then later on we can, continue with adding animations. But for now, let's just continue with our normal styling. So give a flex and margin top of 6, and the items to be center. And here you can see there's this motion image. It's because I use the next image here. I use the next image, but let me see. Okay, let me just use the next image stuff here, the component. So rather later we're going to add to the whole of animation, but for now let's just use the normal stuff here. So we're going to give it a source. Let's import it from next image. Let's give it a class name of fixed, because we want that image to always be at the center of our page. And let's give it a size of 600 pixel. 600 pixel. And object contain on a SM devices. We want to give it a size of 600 pixel as well. That's great. 600 pixel. And a z index of -20. Okay, and I'll give it a padding of 9, and then let's give it a source of ddd dot svg, like so, and also let's give it a height of 800 pixel and a width of 800. Okay, it's yellow for alt property. Let's give it a logo. Why is this still yellow? Outside class name. Oh, it's outside. So like this. So right now we should see something. I really want that image to show. Aha. So we're having an image here, we're having an image here. Okay. So next we need to add the second one. So let's just say image. Give it a class name of fixed object contain, and the index should be of 50, and let's give it a source of mixed dot svg, and let's give it a width of 800 and a height of 800. So there you go. You see this there's this kind of styles is right there, making it unique. What was he yelling about? The alt property. Okay, yes mama, the alt property, and here we're going to give it an alt of logo, so you stop yelling at me. Okay, so we'll give it a div here, give it a class name, give it a flex item center, flex to be called sm flex through gap x of 5, margin top to be of 7, and the width to be full. And also we have another image here, so let's just alt z this one, and in here we have an image, and give it a class source, or probably a class of absolute. We give it a width of 72, and then give it object contain, and let's give it a source. Let's give it a source. Let's just copy these ones. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, this one is right here, as you can see. It's not like the other one that's only fixed. This one moves actually. And the next thing we need to do is have a button. Give it a class name, and give it a background of black. Give it a padding of 2, px of 5, rounded to be full,
text sm, give a shrink of 0, width of full, let's give it sm to be width fit, margin bottom to be 2, sm, margin bottom to be 0, and in here we need to just say open for work here, okay, and for the animation, let's just add the animation, right? So we can, motion dot button, let's import motion from frame motion. Okay, we need to import that. Import motion from frame motion, like so, and we need to mark this one as use client. Okay, and the next thing we need to do is that when the button first comes in, it gets kind of that blurry effect. So let's give it a filter to be blur, 12 pixel. And the opacity to be 0, and the Y 24. Okay, and we can just duplicate this and write this to be animate, then filter to be 0, opacity to be 1, and here to be 0, and then the transition, let's have this one right here. Say transition, the type should be string, bounce should be 0, duration 1.8, and delay 1.5. So once we refresh this, just take a look at this button here. Voila. So first thing for this image, the image kind of look, how will I put it? The image kind of looks so clear. I don't know, that image shouldn't be that clear. Probably I give it somewhere opacity to be of 0, but okay, we'll come back to that. Let's keep on. So here we have a div, and give it a excuse me, give it a class of negative space x to be 2, flex item center, and then here we're mapping through some images, which are these ones. So let me just grab them, come here and whack those in there. So here we're having an array of objects of the source to the directory of the image, and then the delay of which we will want to animate each and every one of those images. So this delay, the first one will be 0.1, the second will be 0.2, and so forth. So when we come down here, we're going to map through those images. Where are they? So we're going to map through all of those images here. We're going to have images dot map,
and each of those images we have an image. Each one of them, let me say, we're going to have an index as well, and then each of them we're going to have an image. Okay, so here we are going to, first of all, let's give it a key of idx. Okay, that will be much easier, and let's give it the class of width to be 8, rounded to be full, object to be cover, and then the border to be yellow of 600. This one, I don't even know if that would be something that would be really cool, but so here the image should be the image dot source, and then over here we have the properties of width and all of that cool stuff. So let's just work this in there and save. And for now, you're just going to see the images here, and I don't know why it's not bringing out the border. Probably because we need to add the border, like so. Okay, so there they are. So what we need to do next is have the animation rolling in. Okay, so over here we say the initial. Okay, so now the next thing we want to do is find a way, because if I do this, I can't really say motion dot image. It won't work, as you can see. It won't work. So then the thing I did was to wrap them like so at the top, like so. So motion image, then the motion, then I work this image in there as a accepted parenthesis or argument. So here I did for 2, so I'll be using this first one. And right here, so right here on this image, all you need to do is say motion here. Okay, so now we can have access to the motion frame motion properties. So here we say the opacity, we give it a 0, and then the x to be -10, like so. So we duplicate it, and here we say no, not here. We duplicate it, and here we say animate, and we give it opacity of 1 and x to be 0. That means it will be coming initially it will be coming from the left hand side. Then once it's done animating, it will stay at the normal position it should have. Then the transition should have a duration of 0.5, and delay of image. Okay, should have the delay of image dot delay. Okay, so once I refresh this, you should see the animation coming from, as you can see, looking good. Yeah, looking good. Okay, even if you don't tell me it looks good or too late, I know it looks good. So here we're gonna have a span and give it some good styling. you already know how to do all of this, the initial, the animate, so it's pretty simple stuff. So all of that, you're just gonna whack those in here, give it an opacity of 0, and from the left side, it's going to be -10, and also once it's done animating, it's going to go back to the value of 0, which is, the animation are pretty much simpler than all of the some of the animation I've come across on the internet, but for now, these are all good. Okay, and here we're going to give this a class name of text to be bias, and the font regular, this one, and also we need to give it some text trusted by funders, and that you're good to go. Okay, and the next thing we are to do is create a div, not you, create a div, and give it a class name, margin top of 44, and give it a motion dot div, not that, give it a div, and also make it a motion dot div. The reason why I'm doing all this is because I want to, let's do everything together. But if you don't want to, you can just remove the div motion, and continue from there. And okay, so let's us just for time being, let's remove the motion part, and we'll get back to that. So here, okay. Yeah, so in here we have margin top of 44, and in here we have a div with an image in it. So let's grab the image like so, and whack those in there. So let's see what that looks like. So this is the image, this is how it looks like. Just giving it a rounded side of the images, make sure they are all curved, and object cover and height of 96 and width of full. As you can see, when I scroll, everything looks normal. Okay, so there isn't much animation going on right now. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is give it some what's it called, some additional stuff. So let's give it a div, let's give it a class name to be margin top to be of 16, and a div, give it a class name of bg yellow of 500, and the rounded to be md, the padding and the width to be 8, of height to be 8, flex gap of x to be 3, and in here we want to have an image which has an object of contain width of 6 and height of 6, and also the source is feather pen. Okay, you can use if you can use a lucid lucid icon. Of course, you can make the icon, maybe a feather icon component, like probably say feather, like this from lucid, like so. You can do this if you want to. That's still fine, as you can see. But I have a custom one, so that's why I'm not using, like, this is my custom one. Okay, so you can use whatever you like or choose to, and always still work just fine. And also we have a span that said super grow. Okay, and also here we give it a class name of text to be yellow 500, and the font to be SF heavy. This heavy, this one. Okay, and a div, and let's give it a h1, and give it a class name, and text should be 3 extra large. Let's give it the font of bold. Let's give it text to be transparent. Let's give it a bg clip. We already did this before, but well, let's keep on. Clip text and bg gradient radial. Okay, then from neutral 200, yeah, neutral 500, then to neutral 600. Okay, then margin top to be 4. Font should be the light one, this one, and then the max width to be LG, and over here we need to work those in here as well. And we have a p tag. So the next one we are going to do is going to look somewhat similar. So everything after that we take the same pattern of this one. So here we have the UL. I don't know if you all still remember the VS Code, whereby the shortcut of doing things. So here the VS Code here, you can just do the UL, then the greater than sign, and then whatever you want to go into further. So here I'm going the UL, the greater than li, then multiply by probably we can just say yep times how many? Let's say 3. So when I press enter, as you can see, it creates the stuff right here. But so I'm just going to copy this one, so that and that and this one here, and you hit save. As you can see, it's starting to take shape right now. Okay, and here we have a divider. So it's a self-closing one actually. Let's give it a class, give it a border, give it a border of dash, give it a border of a neutral 700, and the margin top and bottom to be of 9, like so. As you can see, pretty looking awesome. And now I do not enjoy there's a space here, so I need to know why that is happening. Probably I'm making a one mistake right here. So let me just grab all of these first and then see. Aha, I knew there should be a color. So they are giving a text of 3 times extra large, unit font bold, give it a text of transparent, BG clip text, a BG gradient radial. This is a custom one, guys. This is a custom one, which I already did in my global .css. So you should know that. No, not here, not here. So I'm going to go to my with CSS. So this is custom. So here, as you can see, BG gradient as well. I see. So that's why I'm referring to it over here, BG gradient here. So they're followed by all these values. So that is it for that one. The next thing here, we've got this one, okay. And here is a p tag. We need to grab this and whack those in there. Just a p tag and some, if I were you, I can just do Lauren, Lauren probably 25 and hit enter, as you can see, to generate some of those, and you're good to go. But for me, I prefer to use what I have already used before, and that's totally fine if you don't want to use what I've already used. But I'm here to show you guys how to do this stuff from scratch, okay? Give it a flex, give it an item center, give it a gap of 3, and give the margin top and bottom to be 4, and also we got to give it a div, give it a class name, get a flex item center, justify center. I'll give it a width of 10, give it a height of 10, give it a BG of neutral 800, and round it to be full, and P to be 1. And the next thing, next we need to, what is that? Why is it complaining? Why is it complaining? Oh, I need to give that one. And also here we have an image in this div. So here's an image. Here is the image. Alright. And underneath the image we have the text of the co-founder. Oh, should it be here? Should it be there? I don't know. I need to let me see. No, it shouldn't be there. Item center gap flex item center justify center weight of 10. This, I don't know if that is okay, but if it's not, then we need to, let me see. No. Let me just grab it here and see. I'll do it back. I just want to see if I made any mistake. Aha, I know it should be by the side. So what I did here, we'll give it a flex item center gap x of that's column gap of 3, and the margin top and bottom to be 4, and also here I gave the image inside to to be of flex item center just fine, just to center the image, which is this one, and give it a rounded full and a little bit of padding of 1. So that is that for this one. So what I need to do is so we have another one. So we have like other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all to the 8. So I already given you guys the foundation. It's somewhat like so. As you can see, it's all the same. So the next one, I'm going to type the next one, then from there we may just want to have some of them copied. Okay, so not waste time, give it a class name, margin top to be 20, and also let's give it a div. In here we need an image. Yeah, so here is our image. Okay, and I think this gradient should be of I think there's something wrong with our image. Z index of 50. Did I do that? To be negative, like so, as you can see. Yeah, so we want that gradient to go a little bit at the down, so our image can be seen in its own glory. Okay, so perfect. And let's continue. So we have an image, and underneath the image here, this one, we have another div, which is okay. So after that we have an image, another div, right, actually, which is this one. We give it a class name of margin top to be 16, and then here we give it a div again, give it a class name bg pink 500, and also let's give it a rounded of md, and a p of 1, a width of 8, and height of 8, and a flex and gap x of 3. Okay, and let's give it an image of what we want it to be. As you can see, there's a power there, and also text underneath it that says site GPT. So underneath here we need to have a class name for h1. So we already did this stuff before. It's just apparently the same thing like this one. So it's just the content is there that is different. So there is our text and content, and let's give it the highlight. As you can see, we have a highlight, and that trick I showed you before, you can do that if you want to, but here I already have the content which I'm going to be using. As you can see, here they are. Okay, and we have this dash as well. Okay, so there the dash line is, and also a content which I can use, and also here. So you can see pretty much everything looks the same thing. It's just the fact that they are being styled a little bit differently, but everything is just same thing. Okay, so here I'm going to give it a class name of flex, item, center, and gap of x to be 3. Anyway guys, if you're new to the channel, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you love what we do, please do share our work, and make sure you encourage us by watching our videos, and make sure you keep interacting with our videos. So thank you so much. And next thing we're going to do, I give it a class name, give it a flex, give it an item to be center, specify center, and width to be 10, and height to be 10, and PG neutral 800. Okay, and then the next thing is for you to grab your image. Like I said, if you have image, that'll be fine. If you don't, still that will be fine. Just reference to whatever thing you'll be using down there, and it will all work fine. Okay, and then when I go scroll up, this look a bit different. This looks a very bit different. So here we are not having the rounded to be full. And we're not having the padding of 4. Okay, so it's looking much better right now. So like I said, everything looks the same thing. The only difference is that I'm having a different content in all of them, but everything is pretty much the same. So if you open this one, it's pretty much the same thing, just repeating them so I can have much content to see what I can fill every part of it with. So as you can see, so the next thing we're going to do is paste those in there. See, I give the margin top of 20, an image, rounded XL, object cover, height of 96, width of full, then the source to the image, and also here I give it a margin top of 16, a BG. This also the same thing I just did. Here I'm using pink, here I'll be using red. Okay, so everything is just the same thing, just the content that are different. So I'm going to be copying the rest. So you should follow the same process, the same step I did with the 1 and 2, then you should be good to go. So I'm just gonna put those ones in there and grab these ones as well. Okay, and paste those one in there, as you can see, and I'm still going to grab this one as well and paste those in there. Okay, I really need not to even have all of them, just few will be better. And here we have this as well. Okay, so after that you have a div that says class name of margin top to be 20, and then a h1 amazing founders I've worked with. If you like, you can put in some scroll animation and all that good stuff. And here we have the people he has worked with, and let's give it a class name of grid calls to grid calls to on the margin top of 8. Let's give it a div, class name of flex, item center, and the gap of x will be 3. And here we should save those in here, and underneath here we have a div, and in here we have 2 names attached to it. So basically it's just the same thing I did, so one here and the other one here, just so we can display them in a grid form as the same styling we use. So I'm just going to copy this one, the same styling from here to here, so I paste them here. As you can see, if I highlight it, it's the same thing. Okay, so you should see something like so. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, come down here and give it a div, give it a class name, margin top to be 20, and here we give it the next image. Just give it the object of cover, height of 16, width of 8, and give it the references to whatever source you are getting it from. And over here I'm using the same styling for the gradient, so which we already done before, so you can feel free to copy that and work those in there. As you can see, something is wrong with my styling here, so let's fix that. Let's fix that. This is on the, yeah, no, it shouldn't be on the grid. It shouldn't be under the grid. So this should be outside of the grid. Let me copy them. Okay, so it should have something like this. So just move them outside this last div here. Okay, so here we have a h1 and a p tag that says I can help you to, so underneath here we have some buttons. Okay, so let's make a div. Let's give it a class name of flex, gap of 3, flex wrap, and let's give it a max width of SM, font to be SF rounded medium, this one. So in here we're going to give it, I just like to name it probably button. Yeah, let's give it a class name of bg neutral 800 shrink 0, and okay, shrink 0, and let's give it a rounded to be full. Give it a padding of 1.5. Give it a flex and item to be center, gap x to be 2. Okay, let's give it a width of fit and a px to be 4. So inside here we have an image. Like I said, you can use an icon if you want to, and it will all work well, and also a text. So let's see what that looks like. This is what it looks like. So like I showed you, all of these styles are pretty much identical. If you take a very close look at them, it looks very cool, identical. So if I should highlight, you can see all of them being highlighted. Okay, that shows if the styles are pretty much identical and they are pretty much the same. The only different thing is the image inside and the text. That is a different thing, but every other thing is identical. So what we need to do is just grab the different ones, and I will show you guys what they all look like. So here we have a button. As you can see, with bg neutral 800 shrink 0 rounded full, padding top and bottom, padding of all sizes will be 1.5, and the flex items, they're all the same thing. So I'm just going to grab those and grab this as well, and grab this as well. Okay, and grab the last one, copy that, and paste this here. So as you can see, we have our button. Well, if you like, you can change it to button. It doesn't change a thing. You can name it whatever you pretty much want to name it, and it will all work the same thing. Okay, and also here, if you want to, you can do all of that button as well. Okay, so it's looking pretty nice, actually pretty nice. So the next thing we are going to do, let's make it full. Okay, see how good looking it is. So the next thing we are going to do is add the effect when we scroll up. So this one, scale up, so what we need to do is go back to the top. So here we need to have the use ref. Okay, and we need to import the use scroll and use transform as well. Okay, and for the first image, we are going to make it const first image ref equals to use ref. It's a type of HTML div element. Okay, and then here give it null asset value. So we're going to duplicate this first image. Here should be second image. So the first image scroll. So we use something called the useScroll. And there we're taking an object, then the target where we want this animation to happen to. So we name it the first. Let me not make mistakes. So let me copy that. No, okay, yeah. So it will be the first. The target should be the first one there. Okay, and the offset. Offset. The Migos. Yeah. Offset 0 and 1 and 1.1, then 1. Then that means it starts the animation when element enters the viewport, ends slightly after. So that's what you can get from here. So once you do that, there's something you can get from it. It's called the scroll Y progress. I think there's also the scroll X progress as well. So I'll make another video with that. So that one will look very, very cool and fancy. So here we have the scroll, as I said, the scroll Y, the scroll, what is this? Const. Scroll Y. I don't know why it's not auto suggesting it. It is huge. This. So there's one called scroll X progress, and with this one I will be, when I make a tutorial next, I will make use of this one. But for now, let's just use one. So we're going to rename this to be the first progress, just so we can duplicate it afterwards. So I'm just going to copy this one as the second one. As you can see, this one will be the second one, and then for this we'll use the other one. And then the scaling value and the opacity value, because we want these changes to happen when we are scrolling. So here const first scale equals use transform. You pass in your normal values, you pass in the first progress, then followed by these ones, and the 0.9, 1.1. So the second one, we say const first opacity equals to use transform first progress 0.1 0.9 1. So we're just going to copy the second one, and that we are good to go. We are done. So where we need to use this one, remember this image, we can't use it directly like so. So the one thing we need to do is make sure we turn this one here to good image, so to motion, so that frame motion will be able to work properly with it. So I'm just going to copy this one and work this in here, and then the initial should be opacity of 0, and the scale should be 0. Mind you, this one has nothing to do with what we just did. And then filter, I think should be of blur 40 pixel. And once they animate it, oh my bad, quad should be outside like so. And once the animate happens, will be opacity of 0 to scale 1, filter blur back to 0, and then here we have some cool transition of duration 3. The type should be string and the bounds should be 0 of 2. Okay, so we've got all of that working. So for the animation here, we are going to make sure we hook this one to the ref. Where is it? Okay, this one. So the first thing here, the div that follow this one, we're going to give it a motion dot div, and here we're going to hook it with the ref and give it a first image ref, and give it a style to be scale of first scale. This one, and the opacity first opacity, like so. So when I scroll up, let's refresh and see. When I scroll up, you can see it grows. When I scroll up, it grows, but it's kind of way bigger. As you can see, it grows back. I think it's kind of way bigger. So I think the scaling should be of 8, because I can see when it grows, probably 0.3. That's way little. Probably 1. Okay, so we'll go down a little bit, as you can see. Okay, looks good. Mind you, it's this file Edge browser that's kind of causing it to look like it's wavy somehow, but it doesn't do that in Chrome. So as you can see, it's looking pretty good, right? So the same technique we use, you can apply it to the other one, which is this one. So you can apply the same to this one, and you can do like that to every div, and if you want to, that's how you can do it. So here I'm using the second image ref, and the style, scale, we say the second scale, okay, and the opacity, second opacity, like so. So that's it, guys. That's how you can add the you can add that scaling effect. As you can see, it scales. So over here as well, it needs the let's make it to be 1. So, okay, so as you can see, it scales down, but when you're in viewport, it scales up, scales down, view up. So as you can see, guys, that is how you create this kind of amazing personal branding space. And we've gone from creating it all from scratch to this beautiful, amazing full landing branding page. So you can basically take these what you've learned and create more amazing stuff if you haven't. And yeah, we need to create the what's it called, the contact page. So let's go back to the app. Here we create a folder, and here we say contact, and here we say page.csx. My bad, it's tsc, no, not that. So tsx, like so. Okay, so like I said, if you want this because if you want this for me to create the contact page whereby the admin will log in, and whoever sends information from the contact page, then once the admin logs in, he gets to see all all the messages or contact form that's been sent by every client or by every user. Then when he logs in, he gets to see them on his own dashboard. If you want that, if you want me to create that, then make sure you indicate, and I want to see how far people want that. Then that will be something probably I will work on, and let you guys know when the video will be ready. So here was the contact page. So as you can see from my older code here, I have done all the the logic from sending all of that. So I will need to I'll need to get all of the feedback, or how interested you guys are. Then I will be able to create make it make it for what I just said it will be. But if I do not get all the kind of requests, then I'll move to the next tutorial. So you give it XS as extra small. Okay, my bad. Let's save that, and then here we have a div, and in here we have page 2. Okay, so let's grab this and then whack this in here, and then let's take this one out. Okay, and then a p tag, then a p tag, with a margin top and bottom for max width of MD, and then your content. Okay, so in here we have a div, and also inside the div we have a form. Okay, so let me take this one out, and inside the form we have a div, and inside the div we have a label, and then here we have a class name, flex call, margin top to be 11, then the label to be this. Okay, so we have an input, what? Input ISO of type text. We give it a class name, height to be 10, bg to be neutral 800, and also rounded large, padding left to be 2, margin top to be 2. So here we have what's your name. So I'm not going to be adding this because it's something that we need to hear from you guys. If you want to, you have to indicate, and you have to show me that you really watch this video to this this part, so I will know how I can follow it up. So but let's continue. Let's give it a type. Okay, we already have a type here, so let's give it an ID of what's it complaining about? Must have labels. Of course it has a label. HTML for name. Wait a minute. For name. Okay, so here is the name, it says, and also here should be name. Okay. So the next one, pretty much the same thing. Another div with a label, HTML for email, and in here we have a text, and also here we have a class name of text sm, and text neutral 500. So as you can see, everything seems to be the same. All I'm just doing is copy and paste them so we can so here we have an input, and give it a class name, height of the same, then a bg neutral 800, and the rounded to be OG, padding left to be 2, margin top to be 2. So and also we have got to give it a type, or let me see. Okay, it's already got a type of email. Yeah, should be email, and here it should have ID of email, and give it a as of flex call, and the margin top of 6. Okay, so here we're going to have a placeholder like so. Okay, as you can see, oh, the first one we didn't even add a placeholder, so let's copy a placeholder and place it here. So this one I'm not going to add it right now, depending on you guys' request. So I'm just going to copy, because you can see it's pretty much the same thing, so I'm just going to copy this one, it's pretty much the same thing. Let me just delete this one, delete this one. So we have another value in here, and the project category as well. So the project category, okay, so that one would be a little bit different, because I'm not going to add the functionality, I'm just going to loop through them. Let me just copy these ones. So we have an array of the landing page design, mobile app design, blah blah blah, them map through them, and here we say the category. Okay, and here we have a label. Label, the key here should be the category. HTML. This one we can just say category, and that should be fine. And then in here we have the input. Why do I spell input that way? So here we have the input, and the type should be of checkbox. Checkbox. So here we need to have the category. As you can see, we have the categories right here, but not nicely styled. So let's go see why that is happening. So here we have the div, give it a class name of flex gap free flex wrap max width to be SM, and the font to be SF medium, this one, and let's save it. And underneath here, as you can see, we have them here. Okay. Okay. So the next one we're going to have what are your project objectives. So in here we're going to have another div, give it a class name, give it a flex call, let's give it a label, and we're going to have the label for HTML4 here, project objective, and also give it a class of text to be sm text to be neutral 500, and the margin top and bottom to be free, the margin top to be 7, like so. And here we just say what your objective. So here we have a text area here, but right here we're going to remove all of this. So I'm just giving it a name that matches this one, and a class name of bg neutral 900, rounded lg, padding to be 2, text neutral 700, and the placeholder, the text should be neutral 700 and margin top to be 2, and then a placeholder of tell me blah 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 blah, an id that matches this one, and also the name, and a cost of 10, and a rows of 4. So we are still going to use the same what's it called, the same stuff here. So just give it a div, as you can see. Here we give it a flex call, margin top of 6, and a label of how did you find out about me. So as you can see, we are going to be doing the same, pretty much almost the same thing. So let me just give it a class name of flex gap free flex wrap, and then max width of sm, and then font of the medium, and margin top to be 6. Also we are going to exactly what we did before. So an arrays of all this stuff, then the map. Also here we have the item idx, okay, and then here we have a label, let's not forget a key as well, and a key of idx. And for this one we can do pretty much the same thing we did before. No, not that. Item. So in here we have the input. So we're going to remove this one. Just give it the bg of neutral 800, rounded lg, padding left to be 2, the type to be radio, and id to be of name. Okay, so then underneath here we have a button that says send an inquiry, or you can just put say send. Let's give it a class name of bg neutral 90. I think it should be 900. Text should be black. Font should be SF Pro medium. DX should be 5 rounded to be extra large. And BG white, I don't know why. Okay, so I think this should not be there. BG white, margin top and bottom to be 2.5. Text base, margin top to be 10, width to be full. And also after the form, we should have a div. We should have a div that says here are some common questions I get. Okay. We'll give it a text of 2 extra large, max width of extra small, and margin top of 14, and also a p tag here that says margin top of 3. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, I haven't rendered the actual item, which is this one. Where is it? Label. This one. So let's refresh. As you can see, they are all here. Let me see. Okay. The key. Okay. So we are going to do the accordion of a thing, and that will be the last thing in this tutorial. And let's give it a div, a class name of width to be full, and max width to be 3XL, max MX to be auto, and the BG neutral 800, and also the rounded to extra large, the margin top to be 10. Okay, so we are going to have our accordion. Our accordion is basically a large data, this one. Okay, so up here we are going to paste that. As you can see, you have the title, you have the content, has the title, have a content, has the title, have a content, and so on and so forth. So that's what we're going to do next. So we are going to map through them. So the accordion data dot map. I love using the item. I don't know why. And the IDX. And also here we have a div. Okay, so here we have a key, and we have the IDX. Give it a class name, border. Okay, probably we don't even need this border, but for now let's just do probably we should try it, border neutral 700 and then rounded LG, and also for flow to be hidden, shadow MD, like so. So here is the header of the accordion. It's a button, and let's give it a class name of width to be full, flex, justify, between item center, px to be 5, py to be 3, text should be base, text should be left, font should be medium, text should be gray 200, over, the BG to be neutral 700, and we'll focus outline to be none. Why is this thing complaining? Button. And then in here we should give it so it should have the title. As you can see, they all have the title. Okay, now we need to have another one. Let's span here, and that is for the icon. So here we need to use a motion dot span here, and we need to import frame of motion. Use client import motion from frame of motion. Okay, so here if they animate, we just want it to rotate. If it is at the active, if it has the active, okay, we need to set a state. So if the active is equals to the whatever index, then it should rotate. So we need to set the state of being active, and so let's import use state from React, which is use state. So by default it should be null and it's of the type of number or null. So if the active index is equal, if it equal the index of which we are, like if it's equal this one, so what we need to do is we want to rotate the icon to 180 degree. So if it equals the idx here, so we want to rotate the icon to 180, else leave it back to be 0. And once we click on this button, we're going to call the toggle icon and pass in the index here. So here we're going to pass in the toggle icon, pass in the index, and also here we're going to have the plus icon from Lucid React. Make sure you import the Lucid React, you install the Lucid React stuff. So here we're going to do the toggle icon stuff. Const toggle icon. I'm going to accept an index which is going to be of a type of number. Okay. So we set the active index. So if the index, the one we pass, is equal the active index, then make it null. Else we pass in the whatsoever index we clicked on. Index, like so. Index, like so. Button. Okay. So okay, idx. So once we click on it, it rotates, as you can see. So for we to display the what's it called, we need to use the animate presence. Animate present. And initial, we're going to make it false. So if the active index is equal to the idx, then we want to run this part. We want to give it some class. Let's give it a class name of padding left and right to be 5, pg neutral, 800 on overflow hidden, and the initial, let's turn here to be dots, and also the initial height to be 0, and the opacity to be 0, and the animate height to be auto, then the opacity to be 1, then exit, then the height to be 0, and the opacity to be 0, then the transition duration 04 is, and that cool stuff. So over here we need another div where we render the item dot content, but in here we make it a motion dot div as well. And then so let's see this. As you can see, it's all looking good, but it's kind of looking somehow. There's a place where here there's a style. Give the class name of finding of free text neutral 400. Okay. So it's much looking way better right now. See, as you can see, very smooth, right? Very cool. See guys, see, all of these are all premium stuff, and I'm giving them all for free. Please do appreciate this hard work. Please by subscribing to the channel, by watching our videos, and making sure you do not skip our videos, so that this will encourage me to keep on creating more content. And if it's your first time, do leave a like and subscribe to the channel, so we can to keep on motivating us. So like I said, if you want this, when users or client comes in, fill up this form, and then they send this stuff. Once you are the owner of this brand and you log in to your own, when we're going to have a secret login part. So once you log in, as you enter your dashboard, you're going to see all the list of form of the audio requests they have sent. So you're going to check them, like more like you're opening your email, stuff like that. So we have come to the end of the tutorial, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for following up, and I hope to see you soon on the next video. So